Hello and welcome, friends. We have a fun day ahead full of some thrifting, along with some thrift flips and decorate with me, plus some just simple changes and upgrades to my home that I'd like to share with you. Over the weekend, I did find a new thrift shop and I did stop through a local Goodwill. I found a couple fun new pieces that I will show you, and we will be styling them later on. Some of them we are doing a simple transformation. So I've got some DIYs ahead. We are also decorating for 4th of July and some fun 4th of July DIYs as well. So in this video, we're going to be doing a bunch of painting and staining and just flipping all of our fun, beautiful vintage finds to collaborate gorgeous pieces that we can decorate and style with throughout our home. Some for the 4th of July, but some that we can also use for any occasion and throughout the year. I'm so happy I found this new little reconsignment thrift store. It was new to me. There were so many endless vintage pieces in here. Some pieces were on the little pricey end, but some were very affordable. And I'm just super excited to share this shop with you. There were so many neat and just unique pieces that I cannot wait to go back again. I always give them a little bit of time to kind of get new inventory before I return. But in a shop like this, it was so endless. I don't even think that would matter. So once we returned home, there's a few items that I wanted to just show you first. I am going to be updating our coffee table. I really don't like the color on the top here, so I thought if I just simply painted it white to match the base, it would just be brighter, the wood tones wouldn't matter, not matching anymore. So I'm just using a simple cabinet paint. It has a little bit of a shine, and I'm just going to go over this. I do love how this turned out and cannot wait to show you later. I've also purchased a new dining room table and 4 Windsor black chairs that I wanted to show you. I'm going to get these unboxed and put together and set up prior to us doing our haul and starting all our DIYs. But I wanted to show you just so that when you realize something new was in the dining room, we had already talked about it. So some of the items we found were these beautiful peg racks. I did also find this handled basket and this little brass candle holder, along with some books. I always pick up books when I go to the Goodwill. And then I also came across these pretty just simple faux apples that I thought that we could source in some of our decorating, especially for the 4th of July since they are red. Some other beautiful fun things I found was this duck soup tureen and cornware dish, along with a couple of false craft bowls. This one was a little larger than the other one, and I could not believe these prices, $1 and $2 on this pieces of dishware. I also grabbed some faux artichoke hearts and some floral stems, along with this beautiful vase I found. And I don't know if you remember seeing this tall wicker basket, but I grabbed that. And then I did stop to grab some 4th of July decor from Hobby Lobby. I found these cute bells. So I am going to start off by painting these matching wooden peg racks with the same white cabinet paint that I used on the top of the coffee table. And I'm more than likely going to find a place in the house for these. I don't know if I'll pair them together or separate them. And as for our other peg rack, I am going to actually use a stain on this. It's the same stain that we use for our shelving in our kitchen. And I do plan on placing this probably with command strips on the backsplash on the underneath of those shelves in the kitchen, and then styling them with anything we can find that will look cute. And I will show you that later on. I do love how this turned out. It actually reminded me a lot of the flower rack that my husband and I made. This basket that we grabbed, I actually wanted to do a whitewash on it. So I'm pouring some of that same white paint and I'm going to mix it with water. And I'm going to be very generous with the water here because I want it to be super thin. Then mix it up and we're just going to gently brush it all over the basket. I love the softness that this adds, and I do plan on styling this with some greenery and possibly those faux apples on the dining room table. I think it will make the greenery and the apples just have that pop. This also reminds me of a dupe of a Pottery Barn basket that I found. And next up, I'm going to be using my Folk Art metallic antique gold paint that I purchased from Hobby Lobby and this little craft paintbrush. And I'm going to be just giving this little candle holder a fresh new gold look to it. This gold is a little dark for me. It does not match the other gold I have in my house. So it will take about 2 coats for this to reach that even and gold look that I'm looking for. Now, while we are waiting for some of these things to dry, I'm going to take our beautiful dishware and soak it in some soapy water. I always give everything a really thorough cleaning. I kind of was tickled at how these ducks looked just floating in the water of soap. It was like they were in their own little natural habitat. And we're going to have everything set out to dry. I am just in love with these ducks. I think they are so beautiful yet so cute. For our vase that we found, I thought it would be a really fun idea to turn this into a cloche. So I grabbed a wooden knob type handle. It's in the woodpile section of Hobby Lobby. And I got some glue that was intentionally made for wood, metals, glass. And I'm just going to glue this wooden knob onto the base of the vase. And we're going to let that dry. And then this will be our cloche dome top. And while I was at Hobby Lobby, I grabbed a bunch of ribbon and I'm wanting to make a fun DIY garland for the 4th of July for my fireplace, along with these beautiful little bells that I found. So I'm going to be tying this ribbon into little tiny bows along a string of twine, and then I want to just kind of drape this across the fireplace, and I'm even going to incorporate the extra ribbon spools as just a decoration piece on there, which I will get to later on. Before I show you how I styled everything, I want to give a little shout out, and we're going to be making some whoopie pies. We're going to be making some whoopie pies today. My sweet friend Heidi, you should go check out her channel. It's at Heidi's Humble Home. I will link a couple of photos here, and she made these whoopie pies, I believe, for her son's birthday the other day, and it triggered me to do them for my husband. They are his favorite, one of his most favorite desserts, and I've just never been able to make them. So she had a really easy shortcut version of these you're going to use box cake mix. I'm changing up the filling just a little bit from her recipe. I'm going to use marshmallow fluff, and I'll show you how I do all of that, but go check her out. She has simple, easy recipes, simple decor. She's super funny, so cute. I just love her channel. It just boosts my spirit every time I watch one of her videos. So anyways, let's get to it. We're going to make these so I can get back to her and let her know how good they turned out and how thankful I am for her posting those easy treats that I can now make for him anytime I want. So this recipe just uses cake box mix, the devil's food cake, and we will have the recipe linked in the description. Heidi's is also, I believe, over on her channel if you check out her video. These dough whisks, by the way, are awesome to use, not just for sourdough, but I use them literally mixing everything now. I will never go back to using a regular whisk for things like this. Okay, so let's get started on our filling. And one key thing that Heidi mentioned with the Whoopie Pie cookies is you want them more like a cake, not a cookie. So we want to undercook just a little bit. So for the filling, I'm using the marshmallow fluff, powdered sugar, butter, and vanilla extract, and then I'm going to mix it here with my hand mixer. These turned out so wonderful, and I had a happy husband. Before we get to decorating with all of our thrifted finds and DIYs, I wanted to show you the results of the coffee table. I love how much the white brightened up the room and the wood tone. I am so happy with this project. If anybody's interested in doing this, it was super easy. The cabinet paint really works well. I'm so in love with how everything turned out. Our DIYs, our thrifted flips, the new furniture, and it just all collaborated so well together. Everything's beautiful. I feel like the garland is probably my most favorite thing on the fireplace. That sweet bow garland, and really could be made for any season of the year. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. For everyone returning, thanks again. And we will see you again next time. Bye bye.